Hey there, welcome to the welcome video for your virtual accountability system. In this video, I'm going to talk you through what accountability is, why it's so important that I created an entire program for accountability alone, why you need it, and how the program works. And don't worry, it is not going to look like this the whole time. This is going to be a fun little presentation, no longer than 10 minutes. So first, what exactly is accountability? I want to break this term down and get clear on what we mean when we're talking about accountability here. The base word of accountability is accountable, and synonyms of the word accountable are things like answerable, liable, and responsible. And I feel like these are words people are more comfortable and familiar with. I know I definitely am. So when you are accountable for something, you are answerable, liable, and or responsible for it. Take a child, for example. When someone is accountable for a child, whether that's the parent, the teacher, or even just a babysitter, they are liable and responsible for that child. An accountability system, then, is simply a method, process, or course of action that's used to hold someone responsible. Accountability systems are in place everywhere in our lives already. A child's accountability system is her parent, teacher, babysitter, anyone in charge of or accountable for her actions. And the system that holds her accountable is one that has rewards and punishments for when she either does what she's supposed to do or doesn't do what she's supposed to do. We have an accountability system as drivers, the method in place to ensure we follow the rules of the road, that we do what we're supposed to do. And this is law enforcement and the consequences they enforce if we don't do what we're supposed to do. You have an accountability system at your job, which is either your boss or your clients, whoever you have to answer to or account to when things get done or not. And all of these systems exist to hold someone responsible for doing what they're supposed to do. And the fact that we have these systems everywhere and that they work, it's proof that an accountability system is necessary. It's important that we have some way of ensuring that we're going to do what we're going to do. When it comes to our health and fitness, we know and we understand that we are accountable for it. We know that we're responsible. We are liable for our own health and for our own fitness. The issue arises then when it comes to implementing accountability or having an accountability system for our health and fitness. So that's what I want to ask you right now. When it comes to your health and fitness, what kind of accountability system do you have? Think about it. In other words, who or what holds you responsible for doing what you're supposed to do? What method do you have in place to ensure you do the things you need to do? What consequences are there for not doing what you're going to do, what you say you're going to do? If you say you're going to work out 3 times a week and you're going to cut out chocolate during the week or something, who or what is holding you responsible? Who makes sure you do that, and what happens if you don't? The truth is, when it comes to our health and fitness, most of us have no accountability system. We have no system in place to ensure we get things done, and we have no one but ourselves to answer to when we fail to follow through on what we say we're going to do. There are no real consequences for not working out or, quote, cheating on our diets besides ourselves. No one fusses at us like they would at work. We're not issued a citation or a ticket. We're not forced to pay anything like we would if we didn't drive correctly. And therefore, we're pretty okay with not following through because there's no system in place to encourage us not to. We're pretty much relying on our own willpower and motivation and feelings to stay on track. And this is exactly why it's so easy to fail when we have no accountability system. Not having a system makes not following through really easy. The absence of an accountability system is the reason that 99% of us are not succeeding at getting the bodies, the lives, and the confidence we want. And that's because it's just so easy to bail when no one or nothing is holding you responsible for following through. And this is both really great news and really terrible news. It's great news because it's so easy to fix. It's not like you just found out you're failing at your health and fitness because you live in the wrong country or you have a medical problem. No, you're only failing because you aren't being held responsible. And that's also why it's equally as terrible of news, because it is so easy to fix. How long are you going to continue to let something this easy to fix stop you from getting from here to there, from getting to where you are now to where you want to be? So let's talk about why having an accountability system should matter to you. Why is this important? Why should you care? Well, I hope that the answer to this is already pretty clear. An accountability system should matter to you because it could literally be the difference in you now and the you want to be. A lack of accountability could be the single thing keeping you from following through on everything you know you need to do and everything you want to do to change your life. You have the knowledge, you have the equipment and tools, you have the time, you have the physical ability and the mental capacity, yet you just can't seem to get there. You're still not seeing results. So what are you missing? You're missing accountability. You're missing an accountability system. You're missing something to hold you responsible for doing what you say you're going to do, for following through. And that's where these emails are going to come in. This email series will serve as an accountability system for you. You'll receive 2 emails per week, excluding this welcome email, 1 midweek check-in, and 1 weekend email where you'll reflect on the week and plan for the next week ahead. Each email is going to have a series of questions and really small tasks for you to do. And I invite and really encourage you to respond to these emails, to participate, because that's the accountability aspect. Sometimes just having to report your actions or lack thereof can drastically change your output, because suddenly you realize this kind of matters and someone's going to know whether or not you did what you're supposed to do, or you're going to know that you're lying about it. Again, I genuinely encourage you to respond to these emails for a couple reasons. Primarily for increased accountability and therefore increased likelihood of reaching your goals, but also because I am going to be doing periodic prizes like free meal plans, discounts on my own art, gift cards to places like Starbucks, Target, Amazon for things like people who are super consistent. Maybe you're the most improved, you're the most honest, etc. And occasionally I'll even respond back and help you. Or if everyone seems to be struggling with similar stuff, I can create kind of a mass email to cover what everyone is experiencing, right? But if replying to the emails feels too vulnerable, I totally get it. If it makes you feel weird to just like reply directly to me, please still participate by simply answering the questions privately on your own in a notebook, or just on a document on your computer. I cannot emphasize enough that this is the entire accountability aspect. If you don't respond or you don't participate privately, there's really no point in doing this. You don't even need to sign up. You have to engage and be active in your own accountability. Okay, now let's move on. Finishing up here, your first task is going to be to set up your big picture goal. I want you to think about what you really want in your health and fitness. It's important to give yourself a clear image of what you're working towards so you can know how close or far you are from that goal and what things you need to do to get there. So think of your end game. Think of your overall goal. What is that going to look like? What's that going to feel like? And how will you know when you've reached it? This can definitely be something kind of broad, but still make sure it's measurable and that you have some way of knowing whether or not you've actually reached it. Okay, that's going to be it for this little intro video. I'm so excited for you to start this because I know that it's going to make a massive difference in your progress. So go ahead and reply to this email or shoot me an email at emily@emilyjordan.me if you're watching this elsewhere, and let me know what you're excited about or what questions you have or anything like that. Thank you for tuning in to my little welcome spiel and enjoy your new accountability system.